Good evening, people. My lovelies. Thought I'd jump on, do a quick rant. There's a couple of things that I've read and heard in the last couple of days that I just thought I really need to get things off my chest. Um, First of all, when you talk to people, most people at the moment are kind of the thing they miss most is not being able to see friends and family. However, there's a large portion of the country apparently that are beside themselves with upset over something that was announced this morning, maybe they see last night, but definitely on the news this morning. That Love Island isn't going to happen this year and it's been held back to next year. So fucking what? Is it really newsworthy? Is it really big news? Let's basically look at the program that it's just literally let's hope that two people shag. That's all it is. All they're hoping to do is that people jump into bed with each other and shag each other. So it's just literally let's hope that two people have totally meaningless sex with each other, do it just purely to get famous, then now go their separate ways afterwards, probably never even see each other again, but they've shagged on TV just to make themselves famous. So what a great programme that is. So I'm quite glad that that's not coming back this year, and I hope it don't come back next year. I hope something happens and they have to cancel the whole thing because it's a complete and utter waste of fucking time. As are most of these kind of reality TV programs that aren't reality, they're augmented to look like it's real, but it's not. So situations are created and they're given kind of a script to go with and something to follow, like Made in Chelsea, The Only Way is Essex. It's not kind of we're going to follow you around with a camera and film what happens. They set everything up, everything's pre-planned. So it's not a fly on the wall thing. It's just literally, basically, soap opera for morons, really. At least some of the soaps have got people that can act. Not all of them, I want to point out. But basically, that's what these reality programs are. It's just literally a cheap way of making a soap, but you don't need anyone with any discernible skill or any discernible kind of character about them. They're just basically thoroughly loathsome, to be honest. So I'm kind of glad that that's gone by the by. You know, every cloud has a silver lining. Also, people are up in arms because Emmerdale's going to shortly run out of episodes. And people have been writing to ITV saying, well, what are you going to do when you run out? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, we'll put something decent on instead then, instead of some boring, shitty programme about a farm that no one cares about anymore. People watched it maybe 30 years ago, but no one gives a shit about it now. Put something on decent. Put something on that people want to watch. Put something on that's cheerful. You know, that's what we really need at the moment. You know, we've got a lot of gloom and doom around at the moment. The more kind of cheerful things and the more kind of uplifting things we can put on TV, the better. So, you know, literally take all the soaps off the TV while this is all going on, because most of them have got some kind of plot going on at the moment where someone's fucking dying or someone's going to get killed or someone's going through a bad time. And we're all going through a bad time at the moment. We don't need to be fucking reminded of it and watch someone else going through it. We want to see uplifting stories. So all these people saying that, you know, it's the worst thing that could possibly happen, that they can't watch soaps anymore, get a life, really. That's what you need to do. Other things that people are losing their mind about at the moment. Burger King opened a handful of stores. One report was that one of the ones they opened was a drive-through, and there was a 3.5 hour queue to get served in Burger King. Why? Why the fuck are these people queuing up for that long? It's a fucking burger. You've been stuffing them down your face most of your fucking natural life. So surely it ain't going to hurt to go without them for a couple of months. And it's certainly not something that you need to all queue up for 3.5 hours for. It's hardly fucking gourmet food. But it really boils my piss that these people are now saying, oh, McDonald's needs to open. McDonald's needs to open. I can't be without McDonald's. Get a fucking life. You know what you should be doing? If you really do need to have a takeaway, use the smaller takeaways. Use the little small businesses that could go under during this, that are still providing a delivery service, and use them instead to keep them open. McDonald's won't fucking go out of business. Neither will Burger King, neither will KFC or any of those fast food chains, because the minute everything goes back to normal, people will all start flocking back in there again. So they know they're not going to go out of business. But the little small chains, the little small independent burger places and chicken places and pizza places, they will go under. So use them. So what if you can't get a fucking Big Mac at the moment? I don't give a shit. I'd sooner see my family and see my friends than worry about that I can't fucking have a Big Mac. It's ridiculous. Absolutely bloody ridiculous that these people are losing their mind because the menu that they've released for McDonald's doesn't have key items on it like milkshake and quarter pounder with cheese. So people are crying like they've lost a relative because they can't get a quarter pounder with cheese. These fucking saddos. Seriously, get a life. You really need to get a life about this. It's McDonald's. It's not gourmet food. And if it was gourmet food, it's not like you've lost a loved one because you can't get a burger. You know, there's people that have lost people in this that have got something to be upset about. People take into Twitter and take into the internet in their thousands to mourn the fact that they can't buy a Big Mac at the moment, and they won't be able to get a quarter pounder of cheese when McDonald's opens the select amount of stores. For fuck's sake, seriously, words fail me with these people. You know, it's not the end of the world that you can't get a burger. You will get one eventually when things kind of return to a normalish kind of thing. But at the moment you can't. So what if you can't? You can still eat. It's not like there's no food around. Maybe eat something else, try something else different, rather than just harping on about the fact that you can't get one type of burger. Apart from that, the last few days there's been more kind of positive stuff coming out than there is negative stuff, which is pretty good. You know, we're nowhere near the end of this, like by no stretch of the imagination, but we've come through the worst of it by the look of it, which is good. And you know, we get the usual bleeding heart liberals and the people that are talking about civil rights and people's rights about this fact with this app that they're going to trial on the Isle of Wight to kind of track and trace the spread of this virus, and everyone's saying, oh, it's the government's way of controlling you. Listen to what you're told. The app doesn't record any personal data elsewhere other than on your actual phone. And the only time they will take your data is if you were to fall ill, and then they take your data and they contact anyone you've been in contact with to advise them that they've come near someone who's got the virus. So they're not going to store personal data about you. I think most people are worried because it might find them out that they were somewhere where they shouldn't be. But that ain't going to happen. It's not a tracking device like an electronic tag when you've got an ASBO. It's just literally, if you were to fall ill, then the NHS can kind of track who you've been around. Or it will let you know if you're near anyone that's had the virus so that you can stay away. And surely that's a bloody good thing. But no, the usual bleeding heart liberals pipe up like these people from Amnesty International and such like, and that's saying it's an infringement of civil liberties. No, it's not. It really isn't. You don't have to download it if you don't want to. It's time and time again when they're telling people it's not going to store personal data on you. It's just to see where you are and whether you come into contact with anyone that's had the virus. Personally, I'd like to know if I'd went anywhere that's got a higher risk of catching it, to stay away from there. I'd also be appreciative that if by some bad luck I did pick it up, that I didn't go spreading it around to everyone else, and I could go and say, right, here's my phone, these are the places I've been, so that they can then contact people and go, right, someone, and they're not going to name names, it's not going to be like a name and shame on the fucking news where they put your picture on the screen and say, this person's got it. It's going to literally be, they're just going to say, someone has been in close proximity to you with the virus, you need to keep an eye out, or you need to come in and be tested. And I think that can only be a good thing. If it's going to shave months off being locked down to the degree that we are, then surely it's a good thing. But obviously people are going to see a negative in that. I've saved the best till last on this one. Piers fucking Morgan. Again, he's doing his kind of, I've not getting enough attention. I need more attention. Everyone look at me. So now he's gone into this big thing that he had a mild symptom. So now he's gone and got himself tested, and he's making big announcements all over social media. I can't be on TV at the moment until I get my results back. So we know this is going to go one or two ways. Either he's going to come through it, not have it, and we're going to have to put up with him going, yeah, I don't get it, blah, 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 and spouting all manner of rubbish about it. Or the worst case scenario, for two reasons. One, he does get it, which will mean that hopefully, I don't wish ill on the guy, but if he is poorly with it, he's going to be on TV for a while, so that's maybe a good thing. But the worst thing is when he does recover, he's going to come back and be even more unbearable than he is now, because he's going to be, I'm the guy that beat the virus. Interesting thing is, when it was first announced that Boris Johnson had been tested positive and he went into hospital, he was the first to pipe up Piers Morgan and say that he was unnecessarily taking up a hospital bed. We've now gone to find out that he was quite seriously ill. He did go into ICU. They did actually start preparing statements to give to the press should he have passed away. So it was quite a serious thing. But Piers Morgan said he was unnecessarily taking up an NHS bed. So would it be kind of nice if he went into hospital? Would he like people saying that about him? No, he'll come out and say that it was a bad thing that happened to him, and anyone that said that was out of order will apologise for what you've said first, because he never apologises for any of the bad things that he's said or done, but he's the first to pull up people about things. Let's face it, a week and a half ago, the guy was spluttering and coughing on TV, showing symptoms then. And when he was actually questioned by his colleagues saying, do you not think you should get checked out with this? Do you not think you might isolate? He point blank refused. No, I don't need to see a doctor, I'm fine. Now, all of a sudden, he's had to be tested because apparently he's an essential worker, so he can be tested. And now he's got to wait for the results to come back. So, it kind of, if this was someone else in the media, he'd be jumping all over it. He's already criticised members of the royal family being tested. He's already criticised members of the government being tested. But he's all right to have a test. He's an essential worker. Well, I don't see what's essential about him. He gives a very, very biased opinion on everything. He feels that he represents the nation as a whole. I don't think he represents how I feel. He represents a certain type of people, of which I don't consider myself to be in that group. So we'll see how this pans out in the next couple of days. He's either going to not have it and come back and be even more unbearable, or he might have to be off TV for a couple of weeks and he's going to come back and even be even more unbearable again. Personally, I'm very sceptical about the whole situation. I think it is a bit of a publicity stunt to kind of say, look at me, I've been through it, blah, blah, blah. And if it is that, then that's shocking. And ITV really should think about sacking him if he's feigning illness to get viewers and to kind of justify his kind of bullying journalism that he uses. Apart from that, one little thing that did make me laugh, there's some people that I kind of go online and go on forums and stuff like that. There's a football forum that I was on. Guy on there very, very outspoken about the whole should be cancelled the season. Worth noting, he is a Man United fan, so he does have ulterior motives. The minute the French Football Association announced that they were going to stop their season, he was bang straight on it. We should follow them. Take the leaf out of their book. We should follow exactly what they've done. Just banging on and on and on and on about it. Until the next day, they then announced, yes, we've stopped the season, and whoever was top has been given the league trophy, which is Paris Saint-Germain. Now all of a sudden, that's the wrong thing to do, because it means that the trophy will go to Liverpool. So now it's absolutely the wrong thing that the French FA have done, even though he was banging on and really kind of going to town about the fact, it's not difficult, they've done it, why don't we? So I kind of jumped on there, gave him a bit of stick and said, oh, I totally agree with what the French league have done. Now all of a sudden he's completely turned his his opinion on it and says it's the worst thing they could have ever done. So that was quite amusing. One last thing before I go. It's got nothing to do with coronavirus, nothing to do with football. It's something I just don't understand. There's some people that I kind of talk regularly with on Twitter that have similar interests. And there's a woman on Twitter that I talk to. She's quite a laugh. She does follow football. She's quite a laugh. But at the moment, she is non-stop getting slaughtered on Twitter with guys sending them her pictures of their dicks. What the fuck is that all about? You know, it's not like she's asked for them or she's gone onto a dating website or gone on Tinder. She's just on Twitter chatting about her day-to-day experiences of being in lockdown, talked about football, talked about all sorts of stuff, like me ranting now. But these guys are all jumping on there. She said it's like literally like 20 or 30 a day, sending them pictures of their dicks. And I'm thinking to myself, what is your thinking that you're talking to someone and you think, I quite like them. I know what I'll do to make them like me even more. I'm going to send them a picture of my cock. No, 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 no. I don't see how that makes you more attractive or more of a proposition to a woman that you're just literally going to send a picture of your anatomy to her without even asking or being asked. I don't get it. There's probably people out there now watching this that do get it and they do understand. If you do, stick it on the Rich T fan Facebook page and explain to me why it's acceptable to do this. It's not acceptable. The people who do this, ironically, are dicks. So, but I just couldn't believe it. This woman said she's getting absolutely hammered with these pictures. So the fact was some of these guys she's reported and they said, oh, it was an accident. How do you accidentally send a picture of your dick to someone? I don't get it. I don't get it. But, you know, we live in a strange world and people will do strange things. Anyway, I'm going now. Enjoy the rest of your evening, people. Stay safe, stay healthy, goes without saying. I'll be back on here soon. If anything pops up between now and whenever that I feel like I need to come on and have a rant about, perhaps Mouth or Mighty Morgan might pop up on the TV tomorrow and say something that pisses me off and I'll jump on here again. If not, I will see you soon. Please take care and peace out, my lovelies.